What made you learn the viola?
Well, I played the violin first, but I always noticed that the viola was quite a different voice, and it had a different identity to it. It was a bit like the jam in the sandwich in the string section. So I liked the sound of it, and I gave it a go, and I loved it.
What is the lowest note you can play?
The lowest note on the viola is the C string.
And what's the highest note you can play on your viola?
The highest note on the viola is however far you can reach your fingers up the A string. Or even sometimes if you play in the peg box here, you can get a higher note.
Do you have your favourite string?
My favourite is the C string. It's a bit lower, but it's got a great sound.
Do you ever get tired of holding it up?
Yes, you do get tired holding the viola up. It's heavier than the violin, but if you do lots of stretching exercises and make sure you don't play for too long in the one position, it's okay.
Is it like a violin?
It's a little bit like a violin. It looks the same, but it's kind of like the same as a family of cats. Say you might have a cat, but the tiger is a very different animal, and that's a bit like the viola.
Are there many different ways to play the viola?
There are quite a few different ways to play the viola. Obviously, there's things with the bow we can do. We can knock the wood, which is collenio, against the strings. We can also play right next to the bridge, which is a great sound, kind of growly, scary sound.
How old were you when you started?
I was a little bit older than most because I'd already played other instruments first, but the viola I was around 18.
Did you always wanted a job playing music?
I didn't know whether I'd have a job playing music, but now I have one, I love it.
Did you ever meet anyone famous when playing a viola?
I met a few famous people along the way, but more recently I met Michael D. Higgins, who's the President of Ireland. He came to a concert.